You're still watching Prime Morning. Now, if you know anybody who loves the mining sector, then you need to pick up a phone to call the person to actually watch this particular segment, because there's a competition that they have almost, it's been running for more than 30 years. Okay, it's close to what? 46 years. I mean, and that's how good it is. So they've been running it for a while, and it's very educative. And for those of us who have had the opportunity or the privilege to watch it before, I'm excited to be sharing this particular conversation, because guess what? When I watched it, I learned a lot, and I need you to watch it and learn a lot as well. It's all about the National Intermines First Aid and Safety Competition. And I was asking a question which they will answer, because those going into the finale, you ask yourself, what are the big names? The big names have all fallen off. It means that technology at times are changing. My guests for today's conversation are Peter Jima, who is the Environment, Health and Safety Manager for Mensing Ghana Gold BBNE Limited. Hello, Peter. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you too?
I'm fine, thank you. And the next person is Philip Thompson. He's also Environment, Health and Safety and Wellbeing Manager for Future Gold Resources, Bogoso Prestia. Hi, Philip.
Hi.
Did you bring gold?
No.
How do you come without gold?
Gold, you can even work in the mine for years if you are not working in the gold room or areas where the gold is visible. You can never see gold.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you seen gold?
Yeah, I've seen gold.
Oh, you've seen gold?
Yeah.
How does it look like? They say it doesn't look like what we think.
Yeah, it depends on the purity and how we see it outside. It is refined.
Okay.
But what we produce, it goes to the refinery for it to be refined.
Okay.
So yes, it looks like gold as we see, but it's not like shiny as it is refined and then show out there.
Peter, do you see gold always?
Yeah, not always.
But you've seen it a few times?
Not many times also.
I think if I ever work in the mines, the first thing I want to see is when I wake up in the morning, see gold. In the afternoon, see gold. In the evening, see gold.
and then you will then be tempted to also go and look for it and put it in your pocket. As soon as you get to the security gate, then you are made up. That will be the end of you.
My career.
Yes.
Now let's talk about this Intermines First Aid and Safety Competition that is happening. Now it's the grand finale that's happening, because it's been running for a while now, right? How many weeks did you have it before you're going to have the grand finale? Let me start with you, Peter.
Mostly we have 3 zones. The entire mining sector is divided into 3 zones. So each zone, the first will represent will be qualifying for the nationals. So from the 3 zones, zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, we have 3 of them. And then Manganese is hosting the national event, and therefore automatically they also qualify. So we're going to have 4 competing teams to vie for the honors.
When you started, how many teams were part of it?
5. We had 2 of the zones having 5-5, plus 1 of them having 4. So in all, about 13.
Wow.
Yes.
And it's been keenly contested. Tell us about this competition and why it started in the first place, Philip.
Okay. In the 70s, they started to use it as a platform to educate employees and then also the community. So this competition started far back, and it has been going on for years. We've had so many challenges, and also we've improved throughout.
Oh, challenges?
So, yes. You know, competition is competition. So Peter here is my colleague, is my friend, so I'm competing with him. I want to take the first position, so definitely there will be some, that rough between the 2 companies. But it has really helped the industry, because it gives us an opportunity to learn and improve on our safety practices. So this over years has really helped, and we have improved as an industry. So if you go to any mining company now, if you enter there, you see that the culture in there is not the same as what is out here.
Wow. Now, I told you earlier that I did watch, I think, one of the competitions somewhere like 2 months ago or so. It was 2 months ago.
Yeah, in August. We started in August.
Yes, that's the one I watched. And it was keenly, contested, I must say. I was quite surprised. I was like, wow, is this what you do in the mines? Because this is you resuscitating, trying to take people out of, danger zones and all of that. Let's talk about how relevant this competition is to the mining sector. Peter.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity. Looking at what is happening, we are aware of the environment in which we operate. And looking at, if we don't prepare ourselves, our team members, to be able to ensure during emergencies they will be able to stand up to the task, then we'll be doing ourselves some disservice. And therefore, we have ensured that over the period, like what Philip said, we have been able to ensure that training, we don't downgrade training at all. First aid, firefighting and all that, emergency rescue drills, these are things that we do almost every day. And we do that just to ensure that we put our team members on their toes to be able to rise up to the occasion as and when they are called to duty. And that is what we normally will come to the field, to the public, and display the skills that we have taught them over the period. So that has been the genesis. And therefore, people always show keen interest during the time of these events. It's mostly between August and September. And then the Nationals goes around November.
Okay. So we are finally having the Nationals.
On Sunday.
Philip, tell us why health and safety is so important in the mining sector.
Okay. So health and safety is very important. It's our life, our lives. If you get injured now, you will not be able to go to work. If the company itself, if the place is damaged or equipment are damaged, it brings cost to the organization. So health and safety is everyday life. So something that will hurt you if you don't take precautions and it's going to affect your life, is something that we don't have to play with it at all. So it is something that impacts our well-being directly. So you need to make sure that whatever you are doing, that one comes first. Safety always first. To ensure.
What about the younger generation? How are we integrating them into it?
So what we've been doing is that the competition, we normally will target the school kids at the basic, at the secondary level.
Right.
And therefore, you catch them young, teach the child the way he should go, so that when he grows, he doesn't depart from that. So we have been organizing these training at the various schools. We also put that in a form of sketches. And then we go to their basic schools and give them first aid training, give them fire training. Remember the kid who was able to save the school, his colleague's school kids when the driver had an attack. Assuming this child had not been trained to be able to identify which of the gears is the brakes, for him to have stepped on it, the whole kids were going to be in trouble. By this time, we would have said they are all late. So we normally take keen interest in training them, and then ensure that they are integrated into our system.
Okay.
And therefore, we also organize such competition also for them. After the training, then they also will compete.
Okay, so they also have an opportunity to compete.
That's what we do. So we go to the schools and then get this training also done for them.
That's nice. That's nice. So you target the JHS and the senior high schools?
The senior high schools.
Okay.
Within the catchment.
Okay.
So that is what Igbogoso is doing within their catchment. Medicine BBN will be doing that. Goldfields will be doing that. Adua Prem will be doing that. Ahafo. So that is all that. And once we do that, eventually it will transcend, and then we'll be able to ensure that the future is bright for all of them.
Now, you said last year Newmont won, right?
No,
Goldfields won last year. And they didn't make it this year. What happened to them?
The competition, as we said, is key. So every company prepares well. So it depends on your preparation and how the day goes. Every competition has its own dynamics.
How different is this year's own from last year's own?
I think the preparation for this year is very keen. It's keenly contested. The questions were not easy. Even some of us managers, you will sit there, then the quiz master is asking them to quote a section of the regulation, which if I show you the regulations that these guys are learning, it's not an easy job. But they were able to handle all those questions. So this year has been very, very tough, and it depends on your preparation and how the competition goes that very day.
Okay. Yeah. So now, Peter, Sunday, when are we showing it? Sunday?
Sunday between 10:30. Between 10:30 and 11 a.m.
Okay.
GTV Studios.
Okay. So can everybody visit? Can people do you have studio audience?
We have studio audience.
Okay.
But basically it's coming from most of the mining companies who have team coming to support.
Okay.
And few visitors. Because the studio is not too large, it can accommodate everybody. So we entreat people to be watching live from their TV.
Or I think you have a Facebook Live as well, right?
Live.
And the Facebook Live is Ghana Chamber of Mines.
Yes.
That's the name on there.
Yes.
So once you go on Facebook and you type Ghana Chamber of Mines, you can watch it live. 11:30 a.m. sharp, we are live.
Yes.
And we'll be answering questions. I think all university students must tune in to watch it, especially those who want to go into the mining sector.
Sure.
But one thing I also wonder, do you do this for the communities as well? Because as much as you are keeping safe in the companies, the communities that you operate in are also affected one way or the other.
Yes. We also have the competition for the community guys. So every company will train a team from the community. That is what Peter was referring to.
Okay.
So you can get the GHS or SHS student, and then you train them, and then you pick.
What about the community boys? Those ones doing the galamseys?
Yes. You can get them. Depends on how you want to. So normally we compete among themselves, and we select the best. So it's a competition. So we need to prepare. So we do that to ensure that. They also get some knowledge and education on health and safety. And we also have essay competition.
Okay.
The essay competition is only for the JHS. So JHS 1 to 3. So what we do is that you select 2 people from your catchment. And then they would also come to write an essay. And at the end of the day, the one who emerges first. So we've done with the zonal. Sunday we are going to do the national. That is the final. So those who qualified, that is the first and second position from every zone, are coming to compete again. And the one who will emerge first will be awarded at the Ghana Industry Awards.
Oh, wow.
Slated in December, early December.
Okay, that's nice. But what are the prizes, though? Give us a gist about the prizes.
There are cash prizes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Yeah. Cash prizes. I think they also we give them some laptops.
Okay.
And then also books and learning materials that they would need at school. So it's a very, and then we give them platform to also the maths and science, national science and maths thing is giving the student a platform. It's the same thing that we are giving to them in their communities. Fantastic. In my catchment area, for instance, Bugosu, it has become a very serious competition for all the schools. Wow. And even some of the schools are even using that one to promote their schools, because we do the competition among all the schools within the catchment, and then we choose the best 2 to represent us. And most often the schools who people are represented, when they met first in the national, they are proud of their students. So it's a good platform for the students as well.
Fantastic. Some of us are not in the mining sector, but we definitely have to watch it, so we learn a lot from it. This year's theme is
safety every day, healthy living all the time.
Fantastic. So safety every day, healthy living all the time. Before you go, gentlemen, probably there's one last thing you want to say. So let me start with you, Peter.
We want to say that safety must be taken seriously. Production and safety are two Siamese twins. They are not competing for anything. But if you, any mine that is very safe has also a very good production. And therefore, we should never see safety officers, HSC professionals, as policemen, in quote, always trying to look for the bad thing to punish people. We are always there to ensure that we build the risk competence of the team so that they wouldn't have to see a safety officer, a safety manager, before the person puts on the apparel that are provided for them. We should ensure that we all work together and then ensure everybody who comes with 10 fingers will go home with the 10 fingers. 2 eyes will go home with 2 eyes. And we also want to encourage the team at home. Anything that we learn at work, we need to ensure we practice them at home. You don't have to. Once I remember somebody, a colleague, whom I found driving without seatbelt. When I prompted him, Master, this is my own vehicle. This is not company's vehicle. It means that we are not walking the talk. We just paying lip services. And then because he will be punished at work, he wants to portray that he's doing the right thing. But then, at the other side of the coin, he turns a blind eye to safety. And then we should inculcate that one into our system. The taxi drivers who stood up and said they will not allow passengers in their vehicles to wear seat belts, this is the time to ensure that they do so. Because the policemen are not doing that just to prevent and reduce their profit, but to ensure everybody also goes. So especially during the festivities, which is coming. Let's ensure we all work.
Right, thank you so much for being here, gentlemen. We are super, super grateful. And it's all about the National Intermines First Aid and Safety Competition happening this very Sunday. So if you want to watch it, you can go on Facebook. It's a Ghana Chamber of Mines. That's the name on Facebook. It's streaming live from 11:30 a.m. The studio is full, so you can't make it to the studio, but you can actually watch it, or you can tune in to GTV and watch it as well. My guests have been Peter Gyimah, Environment, Health and Safety Manager for Mensing Gold BBNE Limited, and Philip Thompson, Environment, Health and Safety and Wellbeing Manager for Future Gold Resources, Bogoso Prestia. Thank you for being here, gentlemen. Super grateful.